and welcome to The Buzz with Becky and Shannon. I'm Becky Kirsch. This is Shannon Vestal. We're the editors of BuzzSugar, and today we have a very special guest, PopSugar editor Molly Goodson.
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. In this week's episode, we're talking about the toughest head-to-head matchups at the Oscars and who we think will win. We're in the home stretch of award season, but we still have the biggest event to come, the Oscars. And while some categories may seem predetermined, there are still a lot that are up in the air. But let's take a look at some of the categories that are still undecided, starting with Best Actor. We've got George Clooney for The Descendants, Dujardin for The Artist. Shannon, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Dujardin. As much as I love George Clooney and as much as I enjoyed him in The Descendants, it was not a revelatory performance for me. But Dujardin really impressed me. I had never seen him before, and he came out with this amazing performance with almost no words. I just think that was really hard to do.
Molly?
Since Uggy the Dog was not nominated for Best Actor, I too will go with Dujardin for The Artist. I thought his performance screamed Oscar the whole time. It's been getting rave reviews since it premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. Plus, while both he and George Clooney both won Golden Globes, Jean won the SAG Award, and I think he's going into it with a little bit of a lead.
All right, well, I'm going to go a little rogue here and say George Clooney. Unlike Shannon, I actually thought his performance was a revelation. I thought it was a little different than what he's been doing before. I think the critics really took notice, and they honored him with the Critics' Choice Award, so my vote is for George. However, by a 2-to-1 vote, Dujardin is our official pick for Best Actor this year. All right, now let's talk about the ladies. We've got Meryl Streep nominated for yet another Oscar for her performance in The Iron Lady, but Viola Davis is definitely making a play for it with her performance in The Help. Shannon, what do you think?
I'm going with Viola Davis. I was impressed with everyone in The Help, but she really stood out for me because I just thought it was a quieter, really powerful, emotional performance, and I would just love to see her take it home.
Molly, agree or disagree?
I am going to disagree. The Iron Lady, Meryl Streep, gets my vote. It's actually been over 20 years since she won an Oscar, and because this movie wasn't nominated in any of the other major categories, I think that is a testament to her performance. I would love to see her win.
All right, well, I'm going to break this tie and give my vote to Viola Davis. I actually was very firmly on Team Meryl for most of award season, and I agree, I think she's the best part of The Iron Lady. But Viola Davis is definitely picking up steam. She just won the SAG Award, and I think Academy voters might give this to her because, you know, they're always expecting Meryl to keep coming back every year, even though she hasn't won an Oscar in a while. So this one, we're predicting Viola Davis will win Best Actress.
Who are we clapping for? We're clapping for you!
We've talked about the actors, but let's move on to the frontrunners for Best Director. Michel Hazanavicius has gotten so much buzz for The Artist, but Martin Scorsese is definitely one to watch for Hugo. So Shannon, what do you think?
I'm picking Martin Scorsese. While Hugo was definitely not my favorite movie of the year, I feel like the Academy and Hollywood really loves Marty, so I see him getting it, and I think that Michel Hazanavicius is a little bit too new and unknown to American audiences, so I don't see him getting it.
Molly, what say you?
I disagree. I'm just at odds with Shannon today. I think Michel Hazanavicius is gonna take it. People love this movie. The Artist is getting tons of buzz going into the Oscars. Harvey Weinstein has been putting a huge push behind it, and he had to direct that dog, who did a great job.
I'm gonna go with Martin Scorsese. Hugo was the most nominated film at the Oscars this year, and even though it didn't get any nods for acting, it's all about Scorsese, it's all those technical things. It was a really beautiful film. So, by a count of 2-to-1, Martin Scorsese is our vote for Best Director this year. Finally, let's move on to the biggest award of the night, Best Picture. We think the two frontrunners are going to be The Descendants and The Artist. So Shannon, who gets your vote?
I'm picking The Artist, and I think there's no question on this one. This is a completely different cinematic experience, and even though it's a silent film, it's completely entertaining, and I was so charmed by it, I just see this taking this the whole way.
Molly?
Should be no surprise. I agree. I think The Artist is going to win. I think it's definitely this movie's year. It was fun, it was whimsical, it was daring, it has a lot of buzz going into the Academy Awards. Plus, Uggy the Dog is going to retire after the Oscars, so a win for The Artist is a win for Uggy.
All right, well, I have to agree with both of you. I think The Artist is head and shoulders above the competition. I think it's a lock. It's exactly the kind of movie that Oscar voters love, and I think it's going to take it all home. So it is unanimous. We think the Oscar is going to go to The Artist. The editors have spoken, and the majority has ruled in favor of Dujardin, Viola Davis, and Martin Scorsese. And we are unanimous in our love for The Artist for Best Picture, but we're gonna have to wait till the big night to find out if we're right or if we're wrong.
So be sure to watch the Oscars on Sunday, February 26th. And thanks for stopping by, Molly.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for watching The Buzz.